My check 1212. So I know that I've been spending a lot of time talking a lot about GameStop, and I know I gave them a lot of hate the other day, but I I ordered some retro games from GameStop, and I try to stay away from the cartridge-based games from GameStop because the last two times I tried to purchase a Super Nintendo game from GameStop, I was sold a fake game both times. Now, in GameStop's defense, I did buy those games in person, right? So I should have been able to detect that they were fake, and I'll take the onus on that because I just wasn't either I was just so shocked at the fact that they had those games. And I don't know if that's what caused me to overlook their obvious fakeness. But I remember purchasing a copy of Final Fight, which I thought was a little bit iffy. I was iffy on the Final Fight. I was like, I'm not sure if this is real. But I took a chance on it, brought it home, and it wouldn't even play. So that was the main reason why I wound up bringing that back, because I couldn't even play the game. The second game that I bought from GameStop, and if you go back on my channel, I actually posted a video about this one. I bought Kirby's Dream Land 3, I think, and I bought it from a GameStop, and I brought it home, and I was psyched to play it. And when I turned the game on, put it in, turned the game on, it actually wound up being NBA Live, like 96 or something like that. So I had two horrible experiences with retro games, and I said, you know what? I don't know if I'm gonna mess with these guys anymore. But I happened to be on their website the other day, and I just realized that they had a ton of Super Nintendo and Nintendo games. I'm talking about they had Turtles in Time, they had Super Metroid, they had Chrono Trigger, they had just a lot of quality games for the Super Nintendo. Now, granted, the bulk of them, they were priced at like market value. There wasn't any crazy discounts or anything. But if you're a pro member, you can use your coupons, you can use your points, and that's how you can get some savings there. Nevertheless, I wound up seeing two games, nothing too rare, nothing too exclusive, but I did see two games that I was willing to take the chance on. And so I bit the bullet and I said, I'm going to give GameStop one more chance. And you know what? I think GameStop may have redeemed themselves. So I'm going to open this box and share these games with you, and you tell me if you think these games are legit or not. So let's go ahead and remove this here, and we're gonna look at the first one. So this first game that we picked up was Super Bomberman 2. Now, I was a fan of the Bomberman series back on the Game Boy. I did have Bomberman on the Game Boy, and I'm going to go ahead and crack this open so that we can take a look at this together. I'll give you a close-up of the label, and you let me know what you think about this, if you think it's a legit copy or a fake. So here we go. So here goes this copy of Super Bomberman 2. Now, right on the face of it, I can't lie, not bad, GameStop. This cartridge looks pretty legit to me, but you all let me know down in the comments. What do you think of this copy of Super Bomberman 2? Now, the label doesn't look super glossy. It does look like it has some age, like some aged wear and tear to it. Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty legit to me. The cart itself also looks legit. Let's flip it to the back. Looking at the back, I don't really like the way this label's like sliding down. That looks a little iffy. Y'all let me know if you've ever seen a label like this. That looks a little bit suspect. And then here goes the Nintendo logo. Looks pretty legit. Let's see if we can look at the inside here. There goes the inside. Now, so far, it looks, I'm at about a 7 out of 10 on whether or not this is legit. Most of my mind is telling me that this is a legit copy of Super Bomberman. And I am pretty pleased. If this is legit, I am pretty pleased with the condition of this game. I haven't purchased a Super Nintendo game from a large retailer like a GameStop in years. So to be able to get this from GameStop, I'm pretty stoked. Little iffy on the legitimacy of it, but I'm going to let you experts down in the comments let me know if you think this is a legit copy of Super Bomberman 2. So this is the first game that I picked up. Now, Super Bomberman isn't anything really exclusive. This is maybe a $25 to $30 game on the Super Nintendo. It is a fun one, and if you like Bomberman, I do recommend it. But glad to be able to add that one in. And again, this is just more so for an experiment. Like, okay, are they selling legit games or are they still selling fakes? Now, I decided to go a little bit deeper, a little bit farther back into history and get another game. And we have here this NES copy of Journey to Silius. So this is actually a really cool adventure game on the Nintendo. I'm gonna go ahead and crack this one out the bag. Let's see how legit. And then we'll take a look at this label as well. Y'all tell me. Okay, so again, right off the bat, we have another very good looking label. This is by Sunsoft. Sunsoft makes some great stuff. Sunsoft, they're the same ones behind Batman Return of the Joker, so that's like great. I'm a huge fan of that one. I have that on the NES as well. But here, so far, I mean, the label looks pretty solid. A ton of fingerprints on it, but the label looks pretty good. No complaints. The overall condition of the cartridge is in good condition. So condition-wise, not bad GameStop. I mean, I would say 7 to 8 out of 10 on both of these cartridges. Really good job in dishing out some quality product here. This is the 3-button, this is the 3-screw cart, rather. And not bad. So far, so good. I mean, you let me know down in the comments, do you think this is an original label? Do you think this is a reprint? Do you think the overall cartridge is legit? Let's take a look at the pins. The pins seem to look okay. And overall, I mean, I gotta be honest. I am impressed. I am impressed with the product that GameStop has delivered here. So 2 cartridge-based games, 1 semi-rare, 1 pretty much a standard like common game. Bomberman is roughly around a $25 to $30 game. Journey to Silius, though, is roughly around 40 to 45 bucks. So this one's a little bit more expensive. And for a Nintendo game, that's pretty expensive. Most Nintendo games that I've seen are around 10 to 15 bucks. So whenever you run into a I keep saying Super Nintendo, but whenever you run into an NES game that's in the 40s, like Loose Cart, it's a pretty good one. I haven't played this one yet, but I have seen some gameplay footage, and this looks like it's right up my alley, like a kind of like a run and gun adventure style game on the NES. I'm super about that. So I am pleased. GameStop, you have redeemed yourself by sending me these 2 cartridges. Thank you. The next step for me is to 1, plug these bad boys in, and then 2, make sure that the insides are just as legit as the outside with this bad boy. If you are a retro collector, you need to have one of these screwdrivers because they will allow you to open up your game and look in the inside and see if the motherboard is actually a legit Nintendo motherboard. You want to look for one that has that drill bit or that screw bit right there, and that'll save you a ton of headaches if you're wondering whether or not your console, not your console, but whether or not your game is legit or not. So I'm gonna go ahead and open these up and see if they're legit. I'm thinking that they probably are, but just looking at the face of them, I want you to tell me, let me know down in the comments. Do you think I got a good buy here? Do you think these are 2 legit games? Let me know in the comments. It's the Y2K Collector. Hopefully you're having a great start to your week. Take it easy.